Good morning, everyone. It's Barry Big here on Wednesday, the 6th of February. Thank you for joining us here today on the show. I hope you've had a good night and a good morning and a good breakfast. Well, today I'd like to go over what we talked about last week on this show, and that is camping trips and taking suitable roads with your four-wheel drive. I've already covered the camping trips and all of that. But the advice that I'd like to give you travelers out there, it's great to go camping, but you need to consider a few options. And they are working out what time you plan to get to your first campsite for the night and how far your campsite is. And in the morning you would need to pack up early and go for your next destination. So the earlier you get up and have breakfast and get packed, you will have a full day of four-wheel driving. And remember, check the depths of the rivers, check how muddy the roads are before you commence your drive. It's always a good idea to have a meeting when you get into base camp to decide what route you are going to take the next morning and what time you plan to set off. Because the earlier you set off, you will have a good day of four-wheel driving. And always make sure you get into camp before sundown so you can get your tent all swag set up and get dinner organized so you can turn in early and again get up early to continue your maiden voyage before you head home to wherever you live. Before you pack up your camping equipment, always make sure that it is dry before you pack it away and roll the tent up firmly and make sure that it is really dry. Because the last thing you want to do is have a wet tent to pack up after it has been raining during the night, and you don't want to have that happen to you. So the advice that I would like to give to you is make sure that your tent or whatever you were using the night before is fully dry before you pack it up, ready for the next use to continue your trip. And when you arrive at base camp, make sure that you have enough food and plates and cups set up so that you can sit down and have a debrief about how the day went. It's very important to have a debrief at the end of each day so that you know what worked and what didn't work and what needs to be improved before you continue your camping trip. So always have a debrief with your mates at the end of each trip, or at the end of each day, I should say, so that you can work out what's going to work next time before you continue driving. So in the morning before you head off, again, have a meeting with your mates, work out which route you are going to take and what track you are going to take. And always have a compass with you so that you know which direction that you are heading, north, south, east, or west. It's no good not having a compass or a map so that you know which way you are going and which direction you are going. So it's best to have a meeting before and after so you can discuss what your options are whilst you are camping out in the bush with your four-wheel drive. It's no good going on a trip without enough tools. You need to have everything planned well before you go. And once you get your camping gear home, dry it out thoroughly by airing it, so it is ready for the next camping trip. And never leave anything untidy. Tidy up your litter, like throw it in the bin or get a couple of plastic bags and take your litter with you before you leave the camping site. So, just recapping on what I've just told you viewers out there, have a good trip, have a meeting with your mates to work out what's going to work on the trip and what isn't going to work. And as far as your equipment goes, always make sure that you have enough of everything, and always make sure that you have enough tools to fix the car or the four-wheel drive, and make sure you have a couple of spare wheel hubs handy in case a wheel hub breaks. So that is my recap on last week's show. And now it's time to go on to today's show. I'm Barry Fear. Stay right there, I will be back in a moment.